I always tell my son, if you want to be a bad motherfucker, you do it in the ring. Show your skills, show your potential in the ring where they can remember you and recognize you as a champion. Being badass in the streets is not going to take you anywhere.
To have the opportunity to work with an athlete like that where the talent and passion meets consistency and hard work, there are no limits.
Since I can remember, I've always been told to live a different lifestyle because I'm different, man. I've learned how to train my mind and body. I come from a real big boxing family, the Navarro legacy. An uncle that was an ex-Olympian, another uncle that was an ex-world champion. But besides that, my biggest inspiration was my father. He came from beating the streets to taking me around the world, man.
My dad introduced me to boxing back in 1988 at the Hoover Street Gym in South LA. That's when I started my amateur career. I did over 140 fights as an amateur. Once I turned 18, I turned pro.
My face.
Stay focused and keep on doing what you're doing. All right? Good job. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, you could say. I started doing drugs. I joined a gang. There was a time when I took the different route. You do mistakes and I got caught up, put in prison. I learned my lessons, you know, I came back out. That was a wake-up call for me and say, you know, well, that's it, I'm done. And ever since then, you know, I just changed my life around.
Going up the streets in Inglewood, there's a lot of bad paths, but I learned from others' mistakes. So I learned how to build my own path. Boxing was my ticket out. My dad didn't want me to box because he knows the sacrifices that it takes. You know, you gotta understand when you enter a ring, you know, you're putting your life on the line. You know, I've known multiple fighters who have died in the ring.
Steven wanted to box. And I told him, no, Steven, I don't want you to box because boxing is a hard sport and I don't want you to get hurt. He's like, Dad, I want to box. I want to fucking box. I took him to the boxing gym. They put him in the ring with some kid that had about 6, 7 fights. And he went in that ring and I was blown away. And that's when I knew that he had something in him. I got convinced right there that we had something special. And that's when I told my wife, let's put him in.
When I'm in the corner and I start to just get flashbacks when I was younger and the struggles we went through. I start to reminisce, you know, all the nerves go away. It's like my time to shine.
Mexicans, they warriors. We die in the line, like they say. Nos morimos en la raya, peleando. We'll fight until they take us out, or we do the taking.
I was working harder than anybody, any adult, any kid in the ring. I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, run 6 to 7 miles. I thought that was nothing compared to what I've gone through my whole life.
Ranked #1 in the nation, part of the USA team. Is he gonna change the game of boxing? I do believe so.
Being a strength and conditioning coach and working with a fighter, it's almost a different animal. It's such a mental game. It starts and ends there.
There we go, let's go.
And he's in control.
It's just the beginning.